currently 8 o'clock in the morning, just about. Got a long drive ahead of us. Gonna take the Mustang down south for the first time, so this should be fun. First things first, let's start it up and put some heat into this engine. Let's load up, we need some gas, and let's get going. Alright, so I apologize for the slow intro. I haven't woken up this early in quite some time. It's almost 9 o'clock. Filling up some gas, the car was completely out, so thought before we left we might as well fill it up. Currently 15 degrees here. We are on our way to Dallas, which is no warmer. It's 21 degrees in Dallas. Today, hopefully during the week, we should hit a point where it gets 60, 70 degrees. So I hope we can wear some shorts. Otherwise, it's going to hover around 50s, 40s. So yeah, we're just going to get on the road and probably stop in about 5 hours or so. Keep you guys updated on this journey. We're going to stop in Oklahoma for the night, and then we'll probably get going to Dallas in the morning. So all of this will be in one video. I don't know how long it is. It's a pretty far drive to Oklahoma. It's 11 hours. So 1,500-mile road trip in the Mustang. Usually I reset trip 2 for every gas tank, but every road trip I just like to reset it and then leave it for the entire trip just to see how long I did. Topping it off, 4 gallons or so. 4 gallons before we leave the state. We're almost out of Wisconsin, but the car is just caked in just disgusting grime. Like, this car is filthy. We're almost out of the state. Luckily, it did, there was a pretty bad snowstorm a little south of where I am, and the car is filthy. We're gonna get down south a little bit and then definitely clean it off. Alright, so we're currently at the dealership I bought this car from just about a year ago. They have a GT500 just vibing outside in the snow. Kind of sad to see. This is not a Ford dealer, keep that in mind. This is a Dodge, Jeep, Ram, but they just have a GT500 chilling. A 350 caught my eye. We just came to stop real quick, grab some gas. Mustang's looking pretty nice in the snow. It's filthy though, but like crazy to see a GT500. We're going down to Texas, and hopefully I'll get the opportunity to drive one of these and get behind the wheel, because maybe potentially upgrading. That's a video to come in the future. Let's check this 350 out. It looks like it's Oxford white. I can't see the window tags or anything because the snow is just covered these cars in the last day or so, I guess. But Oxford white GT350. This looks like performance blue GT500 next to the Kona blue 5.0. Pretty cool to be back where I bought the car from a year ago. We did come back here last time we went to Dallas in August, but obviously I didn't bring the Mustang that time, so it's pretty interesting to see a GT500 in the snow here. Fill the Mustang up, get back on the road. St. Louis is not too far away right now, so yeah, a couple hundred more miles. Mustang's about half tank or so, just a little over half. Probably not going to stop for a very long time until the gas does run out. Another 300 miles. We might make it to Oklahoma, we might not. We probably will have to fill up one time before, but there's probably only going to be one stop, so thought we'd stop now, fill it up, take a look at what they have here, because I mean clearly it was worth stopping for. GT500 in the snow. But let's continue. So we just got to St. Louis, just past St. Louis, as you guys saw. We're about 5 hours from Oklahoma right now, where we're gonna stay for the night. We're gonna fill up in about probably 60, 65 miles, 50 miles. I have about 150 miles left to empty and about 340 miles left. So if I do run it another 40 miles or so, I should be able to make it all the way without having to fill up again. I'm gonna fill up outside of St. Louis a little bit, and I didn't want to fill up in Illinois because gas is a little bit more expensive there. It was like $3.40 towards the Missouri border, so I definitely don't want to fill up there. Where we filled up in Pontiac, it was about $3.22, and I filled up for $2.99 back in Wisconsin. Gas just gets cheaper as you keep going down in Oklahoma. I know it's going to be more like $2.70. In Texas, hopefully it's around $2.70, but didn't want to fill up back there. And also, if I filled up back there, I'd have to fill up again at another time. So yeah, I guess I'll pick it up when we get to the next gas stop. All right, so finally stopped up once again. It's currently 5 o'clock. We have 275 more miles to our destination, just about, roughly. My tank usually gives around 330-ish, 320-ish miles, so we should be fine. We should have at least 60 miles or so to empty when we get there, so no big deal. But let's fill up the car and then keep going. One thing I did notice, the further we keep going it was like $2.99 probably 20 minutes ago. Current price on fuel on regular is $2.8 and then $3.4 on premium. Let's fill up and get going. All right, made it to Oklahoma, unloaded the Mustang a little bit for the night. First thing in the morning, we are going to be heading out. There is a lot of damage done to this car. There's just caked in salt. So we're gonna go to the gas station and hopefully get this thing all cleaned up tonight. This is not scratch. This is just tons of salt on this car and just dust and debris and just junk. I probably also need new windshield washer fluid because I think I'm out. Tomorrow's just gonna be getting everything together. Loading the Mustang takes 10 minutes, maybe, if that, and then just getting on the road. We're about to fill up gas, car wash. Usually I would take the Lexus on a trip like this, but I thought it'd be cool to take the Mustang down south. As far as comfortable to ride with, I do have a passenger with me. All their stuff fits perfectly fine. The Mustang seats, I don't have Recaros. They're comfortable, they're heated. But I really want to clean this car because I can't stand looking at it any longer. We'll catch you guys maybe after we get the wash or maybe in the morning. But let's put some heat into the engine so we can get going right away. I want to find somewhere to wash this car also in the next hour or so because I can't stand looking at it like this. Everything locked up, all packed up. Let's get on the road. I guess the next time I will see you guys is either at a gas stop or when we arrive in Dallas and we're about to wash this car, and we'll recap and end the video there. All right, so we have made it to Dallas. That's basically the gist of the video. I guess I'll give you guys a little bit of a reflection after the 15 or so hours I've spent in this car in the last 24 hours or last 30 hours, I would say. After about the 10-mile mark of sitting straight in this car, it does get slightly uncomfortable. I would say compared to other cars, it being a manual and also just the way the car is and everything about it, like driving wise, it gets a little tiring to drive. Like you get a little bit more tired than I would say a normal car, but that's probably because it's a manual. But other than it being a manual, I mean, this car is pretty good. It's really comfortable for me. You know, some people say that the car isn't too comfortable. If you do get Recaro seats, I guess it could be uncomfortable, but these seats hug well. It's perfectly fit in them. It's basically a normal car, but it handled really well. Very impressed with actually how it handled. I thought it'd be a little bit more uncomfortable than it was. But that's all I have for this video. Stay tuned for the videos I have for the rest of this week, the rest of this year. So make sure to subscribe, leave a like on this video if you did enjoy. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.